right, hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Nick from Rise Up Reactions, back with a different type of video today. I've never done something quite like this on the channel, but I would love to do more of this, honestly. So today we're ranking the songs off of New World Depression by Suicideboys. I was just at 3 of their concerts just last week. It was an amazing concert, like crazy production quality. I mean, just everything with their music and their concerts are crazy. They have so much bass in their song, which makes the concert so fun. So it was a blast. My father and I got to talk to Scrim at one of the concerts as well, and it was a blast seeing him. So, yeah, without further ado, we're just gonna rank this album. We're gonna go from 13 all the way up to 1. It will be on the screen this way, like right there, like right here somewhere. So we're gonna start 13 and go up to 1. So 13 at the bottom. Uh, Coming in last place. This was not. None of these songs were really bad, I don't think. But coming in last place, I have Transgressions. Transgressions for me was a song where I didn't really like it at the beginning, and I still don't really like it now. Um, it's kind of funny that the and I'm just gonna give away number 12, I guess, right now. But these bottom 2 songs for me are ones that they decided to not play in concert at all. And it's kind of weird that that's the case, but for me, I also rank them lower. Transgressions for me, I think basically it comes down to I just didn't really like the beat. It was just kind of like slower, and the song never got catchy for me. I just couldn't really follow it. It's not something I would listen to like over and over. It's just kind of like that slow melodic. I know it's gonna be upsetting for a lot of people, but it kind of reminds me of a Logic type of beat, just a really slow and kind of just it. I don't know. It just wasn't upbeat enough for me to like this. And not all their songs are upbeat, but a lot of them have some pretty good bass. And for me, this one was just not. The beat was too slow, I think. I don't know. They have some good lyrics in there, but I just did not really like it. So coming in at number 12, I have All of My Problems Always Involve Me. This one was a very short song, like under 2 minutes, and for like 25 seconds of it, it was Ruby saying, "Don't," telling everybody to not release stuff if they die or whatever, not to do stuff in their name for profit if they die. Which I don't know if that was recorded beforehand or now, but it was just a short song already, and then that part took a chunk out of it. Um, so each of their verses weren't very long, and it just wasn't. Nothing caught my eye. Like I had to go back and be like, what did they say in this song? I don't really remember. So that is number 12. Coming in at number 11, I have Us Versus Them. So Us Versus Them was actually the first song that they released on this. It was a single that they put out, and it was released before anything else. Us Versus Them. I love it when they do it in the concert. Like it's a pretty fun song for them to do. This is kind of just where you get to the songs that are really good, and it's really hard for me to rank. And honestly, it just kind of was the one that I'm like, I can listen to it for a little bit, and then afterwards, it's just kind of just doesn't like stick with the rest of them, I guess. Scrim goes first on the song, and then Ruby goes second. I really didn't even remember Ruby's part, like when he did in the concert. I didn't even remember what he said in his part because I definitely listened to this before the concerts, and I only remember really what Scrim said, and I guess that's because I only listened to part of the song. Um, it's not a bad song; it's just not memorable for me, so I have it at 11. Number 10, I have Thorns. Now, Thorns is kind of one of those songs that just kind of chill. It doesn't really go crazy, um, and I think that ultimately is why I put it at 10, because I'm a fan of really hard bass and really cool beat drops and stuff. And Thorns, while it did have some bass, it just kind of was not up there with the rest of them, in my opinion. All of these towards this bottom part, it's kind of hard for me to explain exactly how I'm listing them. Thorns, I've moved around a little bit. It's one that I don't really have any negatives about it. It's just not as hype as some of the other ones. At number 9, I have Mental Clarity is a Luxury I Can't Afford. The second song on the album. This song I really like. I really like the song, and it's really hard for me to rank this. This is another one I moved around a lot. I've had this as high as, I think I put it at 7 at one point. Now it's at 9. It's just really hard to rank these, to be honest with you. People have personal taste, and that's just kind of my taste with this. This song is a banger. It really goes well after Lone Wolf Hysteria. I think those two go hand in hand and really fit well together. But Mental Clarity is the luxury I can afford. It's just, it also is pretty slow, and it's just kind of like after the first song, and then knowing what the next song is after this, which is Thorn. Actually, the Thin Gray Line is next. It's kind of like those two songs kind of outshine it for me, and I think that's why I have it at 9. Number 8, I have Drag Him to the River. This is a tough one for me to put here. For me, Drag Him to the River is such a good song and so hype, and just probably the most hype song on this album. And for me, saying that I love hype songs, like, why do I have it so low? I think honestly, it's because it just goes on for too long, if that makes sense. I think for me, it just is a little bit too long and a little bit just out there, and there's some parts of it where it kind of gets offbeat for me. I think both Scrim and Ruby kind of go offbeat a little bit, and it's just kind of like, this doesn't sound very good. But other parts of the song is hype. The beat is fire on the song, but I have it at 8 because it's a little bit too long and a little bit, there's a couple of choppy parts for me. Number 7, I have The Light at the End of the Tunnel for $9.99 a month. This song's so good. For me, this song just kind of encapsulates a lot of the album, because it's towards the end of the album, and it's just such a hype song. It's around like that Transgressions range, in the album, and it's just a hype song, and it's like, oh wow, here's this song that's super hype, and it's a really good song. Has a crazy beat, um, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the song where it's the beginning part is "I Feel Like Dying" or whatever, and Ruby sings that really well in the concert, and it's just, the beat goes hype and people are dancing, or people, Ruby, Scream and Ruby are like dancing up there on stage, which is pretty cool to see. Number 6, I have "K Yourself" Part 5. This song, amazing. I mean, these are the top. These are kind of the top. I would say 6 to 1 are kind of just the top songs for me, and it's hard. You can kind of go either way with this. But this song for me, it's just, I think this is a song that's just too short. I wish this one was a little bit longer. Some of these songs I think I wish were a little bit shorter. There's a couple songs that I think should be a little bit shorter, but this one is a super short song, and I feel like there should have been more on it. I totally understand why it's the length it is, just because it kind of ends the album. But I do feel like it's a little too short. I feel like it should be another minute or so. That's really my only critique of it, though. You kind of have to do little things to critique at this point. Number 5, I have The Thin Gray Line. The Thin Gray Line for me is the best. Actually, that's not true. I spoke too soon. But for me, The Thin Gray Line is the only one that has a video. And this song's a banger, dude. This one just, it goes hard. And this was one where I thought I was going to put it much lower, but then I heard it, kind of listened to it before this, and I'm like, dude, this song is actually legit. So, Thin Gray Line, no complaints. It's a really well done song, and at this point, I can't have any complaints on any of these. But I do have a complaint on this next one. Number 4, I have Burgundy, and that is, I could tell you right now, nobody probably is going to watch this far into the video. But if you are watching, thank you for watching this far. I actually got to talk to Scrim about this song. I actually brought it up to him, and I'll give you this little insight. He called it Burgundy. I always called it Burgundy. I'm not sure if it's spelled the same or not, but he called it Burgundy. And he actually said that this song was not supposed to be on this album, which is wild to me. He didn't say that directly, but he basically, I'll just give you the hint. He said that he actually made this song for his own project. This was a song that was going to be on his own project, and it ended up on this album because Ruby heard it and said, "I gotta have a verse on this song." Because it's so fire. So this song was almost not on this album, which is crazy, and might be one of the only people. I mean, I'm sure people close to him, but one of the outside people, I might be one of the only ones that know that, which is pretty sick. So, but Burgundy for me, I think my only critique on this one is I think it is too long, and Scrim even told me and Tom that because it's so long, the reason why it's so long is because it was supposed to be a script solo, and so his verse was like 2 minutes, like it was super long for a verse. And then Ruby got on it, and he had pretty much an equally as long verse, so it's over 4 minutes long. Usually, and Scrimmy was like, that's why it's so long, because he even thinks like they don't make songs that long usually. But because it's so long for me, I just and the bass is constantly in your face. So if you can't take that much bass, um, then you're not going to really like this entire song. And I think it's a little too long. Just cut off like 20 seconds of each of their verses, and I think it would have been perfect. But that's my only complaint. Other than that, if it was like 30, 40 seconds shorter, it probably would be number one for me. But coming in at number three is Lone Wolf Hysteria. Lone Wolf Hysteria for me is just a banger way to start the album. It is so good. Just comes in and just like opens up a concert. It goes crazy in concert. Like this thing, they've added in the gunshots this year in the concert, and it's just nuts. I mean, this song goes crazy in a concert, and it's such a banger opener. Obviously, not very long, but for me, this one just is such a hype song that I could play it anytime I want some energy. Just play this song, and it just automatically will give me that energy. Uh, Number two, I have Misery and Waking Hours. For me, this song, I thought this would be next. I honestly thought I would have Burgundy at number two, and Misery and Waking Hours at number three. But listening to this song again, Misery and Waking Hours, just the whole song is a banger. The beat is crazy on this one. And I think what they say in this song is so impactful for me. They say some really important things on the song. And I think that's probably why just the mixture of both is why I have it at two. And at number one, I have Are You Going to See the Rose in the Vase or The Dust on the Table. So super long title for the song. For me, this one took it. After about 5 to 10 listens of the song, I immediately knew it was my favorite. The beat is like very steady and very good on this song. And also how they rap is really really smooth, but also they talk about so much stuff in the song. Both of them, I think, both collaboratively, if that's the word, they both talk about so much stuff on the song. It just has some of the best lines on the album in the song to me. And I can't think of them at the moment, but I remember this song having a ton of really, really, really good lines, and the beat on this one is just so good as well. So that is my list. Let me know what y'all think of this list. I mean, I didn't throw it. I did just write this list, but I've been thinking about it for a while, and I've known some of my top songs before. Maybe this will change over time, but for right now, I've heard this album, you know, probably a couple dozen times. I've listened through the whole thing, and it's just it's such a good album. I would say, really for me, um, really like 1 to 9 for me are songs that I would never skip. I think Thorns, Us versus Them, All My Problems Always Involve Me in Transgressions. I probably would skip every now and then, but number 1 through 9 on my list, there's no way I would skip them. They're just that good. They're those songs are just bangers, all of them. So let me know what you think. Let me know your list in the comments. I don't care. Comment as much as you want. Name all 13 of your favorites or 13 of your favorites. Well, if you're watching this, probably all of them are your favorite, but let me know your list in the comments below. Let me know if I'm crazy for picking any of these over the other. But that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next Rise Up Reaction.